Good day, viewers, wherever you're watching OGTV. It's your program, Peace and Conflict Resolution. I am Seunfunmi Ogunleye, and today we shall be discussing environmental pollution. This pollution of a thing has become a silent killer within our neighborhood. Today, I have a guest that will do justice to the topic I have brought to you today. Kabir Abiola is my guest. Alhaji, you are welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Good day, viewers everywhere across the globe.
Thank you so much, Alhaji. Thank you so much. Let me say one or two things about Alhaji Oriola Kabir Abiola. Alhaji Oriola Kabir Abiola is an associate member of ICMC, a fellow of World Institute of Peace, and General Secretary Nigeria Interreligious Council, NEREC, Isheri Akute Ajuwon in Ogun State. Yeah, Alhaji Oriola Kabir, this issue of pollution. Yes, when we're talking about environmental pollution, we have air pollution, water pollution, noise, vibration, and so many things that are associated with the danger that are associated with this kind of pollution. And how can we reduce it to zero level?
Yeah, thank you very much for this privilege given to me. I will implore everyone listening and watching now to please call everybody around them to listen to this special edition. Pollution is as a result of negligence. Negligence as to human health, negligence as to the environment. When we say pollution, there are varieties of pollution, but I would love to emphasize on one of the major disastrous pollutions we neglect much in Nigeria here, especially in the Southwest, which is the noise pollution.
This our Southwest?
Yes. The noise pollution. When we talk about noise pollution, it affects every aspect of our lives. It affects security. It affects us psychologically. It affects us economically. We cannot grow. Simply because we've neglected a disastrous and common pollution within ourselves.
Alhaji, it's like I'll be much more interested in that noise pollution that you have just mentioned, because you said something that is very germane. It has affected our both economy and security.
Yes.
How do you mean?
Yeah. For example, in the olden days, whatever happens, the first signal you receive is the alarm.
Alarm.
Yeah. Whenever you hear some sounds, uncommon, unusual alarms, it tells you something is happening around you.
Yes.
But nowadays, it's vice versa now. So the dangers are coded. Even, for example, if there's a robbery attack in a nearby, maybe public office, and the religious houses, the churches, the mosques, and the social houses, offices, the restaurants, the bars, they playing their music, they are shouting, they're chanting, whatever they want to chant. There's no matter of alarm you raise. Rescuers, they will not get the information simply because the churches have their own speakers, very loud, and the range it affects is about 10-12 kilometers from the spot. The mosques also the same thing. Because they want to listen to themselves, so they speak and shout while using the public address system. The public address system is a relief instrument. Just know how to use it, then study what we call public speaking. You don't have to shout.
Yes.
You don't have to raise your voices when you are using the public address system. That is number one. Number two, the volume. You are within a congregation, you want to reach out to like a radio, like a TV station. You want everybody around to follow you. Just, you are not contented with the numbers of people in your own congregation, which makes you disturb other people with your so-called religious activities. Then, let's take for example, there's an hospital situated beside a church and a mosque. And the hospital is meant for sick people to come and relax and rest and take their medications. And you are in the church, 8 a.m., morning devotion, in the mosque, 5 a.m., 5:30, a Salatu group, 9 a.m. to 12, with your speakers on, at the apex of the volume. The sick person in the hospital, what message are you passing across to that person? It means you are not interested in the health of other people. So there are lots of ways, but I would love to emphasize on these religious houses.
Okay. Alhaji, before we go to that, to religious houses and the club houses and, recreation centers. This particular noise pollution was actually from a Latin word, noisy.
Yeah.
And this simply means sickness. I want us to, for the benefit of our viewers,
okay,
what are the dangers?
Sincerely, I'm a victim of noise pollution because my mother was worked with Nigerian Western textile mills.
Okay.
Yeah. For about 40 years.
For about 40 years?
Yes. So later in her days, she asked to start using hearing aids because the damage of the machineries.
Vibration.
The vibrations of the machineries, the textile company, they have to speak, they have to shout when they are calling, when they are talking to themselves. So it became part of her. If she wants to tell you something, she had to shout on top of her voice. And this is one of the three major causes. The industrial machinery. Okay. Then the second one are these vehicles. The heavy duties and the low duty vehicles. They constitute a lot of noises, most especially when they apply their brakes and it screeches. You know the sound it gives. And the other one is this commercial construction projects. Okay. Those are the major, classified as major causes of noise pollution. But nowadays, they are our man-made pollutions.
Man-made pollutions.
Which use of musical instruments, the use of public address systems, the use of our misuse, the abuse of these speakers, like the petrol stations. What are they promoting with a high volume of music? What are they displaying? They're displaying negligence for other people. We don't care about you. We don't care your problem is. And is it part of their selling strategy? Is it a marketing strategy?
We have OGTV here who can do justice to what they are disturbing others for.
We have over 100 million viewers watching this program. So if you want to reach out to people, you don't have to make a noise. Go through the right channel. You see people fighting, shouting at the peak of their voices just for them to be heard. You don't have to get crazy. Just consult a professional. This is another avenue for people to resolve their differences. Instead of you fighting, creating anarchy and chaos in the environment, just call yourself to order, visit a mediation center, let them mediate between you and resolve it, and you go home happily.
Alhaji, before we go further on that, let's quickly go for a very short break. We'll be back. Stay tuned. Yes, welcome back to the show. Thanks for being there. Before we actually went on that short break, we were discussing something that is very much happening around us. Alhaji, you mentioned our religious houses.
Yeah.
But you've not mentioned our garages.
Yeah, you see, most of the garages don't operate overnight.
Oh, that's true.
So that is why we just have a brief on them. There are some offices they don't operate overnight.
Okay.
And the night is meant for rest.
The night is meant for rest.
Except on special occasions or people on special duties. The night is meant for everybody to be indoors, to be in a conducive and serene environment so that you have sound sleep, you rejuvenate your energy for the next working day. So there are a lot of damages caused by these noise pollutions. That is why we are making emphasis on religious houses and recreation centers. Okay.
When issues like this happen, where do you think and how do you think people could handle such situation?
There are regulatory bodies.
Okay.
Though the Ogun State is still working very hard to create one, I suppose.
Okay.
If not in progress, it should be. Okay. So I know Ogun State should have very soon. The effect of this pollution,
yes,
health-wise, we have a lot of diseases.
Health-wise,
we have a lot of diseases
caused by all these pollutions.
Yes. We have this. Most people don't know why they developed high blood pressure. It is the noise coming from their environment.
Some believe it is because of the downside economy.
No. The noise. Some people have this allergy for noises. They are shocked. And once you are shocked, your heart starts beating faster. Then, since it is a very consecutive occurrence, it happens almost every day, you start developing high blood pressure.
When noise itself is a sickness.
It's a sickness. So aside from the hearings, it affects the heart, it affects the respiratory organs.
Wow.
Because when you are seated close to a very loud, maybe whatever, even in the cars, at the bus stops, everywhere, at home, in your office space, when you are listening to what doesn't give you any concern, what is not related to you, your mind starts thinking otherwise. Then there will be a digression in whatever you are doing. Can you imagine a teacher in this classroom teaching students and somebody is playing music? There will be distraction. It is not within the school premises, but it is very close to the school premises. There will be distractions. And children, according to one of the psychologists, she said, children pay attention to what you do than to what you say. And they said the human heart is like a child.
Yes.
So it listens to what you do than to what you say. So once you are shocked in the heart, even if you are strong, nothing will happen. The fear increases your adrenaline. Then the heart starts pumping faster. So it can lead to cardiac arrest. Wow. That's why we see a lot of people, they said, we saw him yesterday, we saw her yesterday. He just slipped, he slumped, and he just fell, he just tripped his toes and died. The person has been nursing this cardiovascular diseases with unaware. So due to these pollutions.
Alhaji, this is really, really loaded. And I just pray that our viewers will understand this. And one more thing that is very, that should be a concern to us here in the interest of our viewers. Yeah. When things like this happen, when the discomfort is going on, how do you go about the issue? Because when you see a church or mosque or a garage or any recreation center disturbing your own, giving you sickness by creating noise, and you want to take them up, or you want to, because going to them sometimes could lead to,
Disputes.
misunderstanding, disputes very much.
Dispute arises when you don't use the right channel.
Yes. So what are the right channels to make use of?
There are lots of channels.
Okay.
Like in the introduction, they said, I am a representative of the Nigeria Interreligious Council,
Yes.
one of the bodies regulating interreligious conflicts.
Okay. Interreligious conflicts.
Okay. And intra-religious conflicts.
Okay.
So it is headed by the Sultan of Sokoto and the present president of Khan. As both of them are now, they are the chairman.
Okay.
And co-chairman. So we have a chairman and the co-chairman. They are always working hand in hand to regulate religious-related disputes. So in cases like that, if you go to the nearest police station, it might aggravate the anger and the hatred.
Yes.
That is why we have a setup of the multi-door courthouses.
Okay.
So you just visit a multi-door courthouse, just walk in, lodge and file your complaints, then they will mediate between the two parties, and you go home happy, and there will be a resolution, because it is an environment to create a peaceful coexisting environment. So that's where everyone knows their rights and follows and abides by the rule of the environment.
That's very fantastic. But
and more so, there's this National Environmental Standard Regulation Enforcement Agency.
Okay.
Created for regulating noise pollution and other conflict arising information within the environment.
Okay. What are their functions?
Yeah, their functions are to regulate and maintain a peaceful environment.
Okay. And this Environmental Dispute Coordination Commission, like they do say, they also encourage arbitration, mediation, and conciliation.
Yes. We have a lot of mediators and conciliators and legal practitioners involved.
Okay.
And the difference between litigation is that it is the facts presented that determines who wins and who loses. But in mediation, it is a win-win. Both parties win. So you have to shift grounds, because it's a neutral ground where everybody needs to express themselves in whichever way it is convenient for them. And we have a lot of professional mediators. We have a lot of people who are lawyers. We have civil servants. We have obas. We have
high-profile
people of timber and caliber who are now mediators. They learn to mediate and resolve peacefully. Some people have it in mind that want to resolve, but they create more and they add to the conflict simply because they are not knowledgeable. They take sides.
I wanted to ask about that, because when you mention high-profile people, and if high-profile people is handling a case that he discovered that this person is my person. So what happens?
It happens, but in mediation, it is always a neutral ground.
Okay. Thank you very much, Alhaji. Viewers at home, you've heard from from Alhaji Oriola Kabir. And Alhaji, before you go, I want you to give our people, our viewers, your parting shot briefly in few seconds.
Yeah, I would love to advise my fellow Nigerians and other people viewing us globally to please adopt mediation. Mediation is the easiest, the fastest way of resolving issues that might aggravate to conflicts and wars, but just simply walk into any nearby multi-door courthouse or mediation center and seek their professional advices. It will reduce conflict and will live in a very comfortable and serene environment with love, a peaceful and existing humanitarian environment.
Oh, that's fantastic. Alhaji, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I want to believe when next we call on you, you show up.
Service to humanity is paramount.
That is it. That is it. Thank you so much. Viewers, this is where we shall be calling it a day on the program, Peace and Conflict Resolution. I remain your person, Obaoluwa Seunfunmi Ogunleye. Till we see next time, same station. Please maintain peace and dwell with peace with all men. Thank you.